You sit there and you have the nerve to tell people you enjoy acting. You enjoy making movies. You enjoy spending time with your family. You know, Brett, I'll be honest with you. I don't give a rat's ass what you enjoy. At Survivor Series, right there in Madison Square Garden, I'm going to take 7 years of frustration and being pissed off out on your ass. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Nathan Beats.
What's up, guys? This your boy Mr. I-240. Back with another video, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I will continue to give y'all some hot heat, you know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? I will give y'all some hot fire, you know what I mean? So, hey, if you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, you feel me? You know what I mean? Hey, with that being said, I see the Shawn Michaels video doing the hate, but with the editing, that was kind of my fault, you know what I'm saying? I had to get some space on my phone, but that won't happen again, you know what I'm saying? This time around, you know, but with that being said, hey, watch that episode, you know what I'm saying? And, watch that one. Shit, what did I just get the last one? Lex Luger, Bam Bam, Coco Beware, SummerSlam. Go check out them jumps. All them jumps got heat here. You feel me? But with that being said, I want to give a big thanks to the man above, Lord Jesus Christ. If it weren't for him, or you know me, you know Paige, or you know y'all, you smell me. But shoot, man, this episode right here, I hope y'all seen that 5 promo. This is the toughest SOB. You know what I'm saying? One of the underrated, most technical wrestlers of all time. The man that I'm talking about that put belts to ass to Undertaker, Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon himself. The feud that put him on the map with Vince McMahon. The man that gave us the 316 speech, which I will get into. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's get it. Alright. Let's get it. His early career. Steve Austin began wrestling training in 1989 under Chris Adams in Dallas, when Adams was affiliated with World Class Wrestling Association. Although the training emphasized technical skills, Austin later expressed dissatisfaction with the lack of instruction on the business side of wrestling. Austin made his ring debut later that year in a televised WCWA match using his real name, Steve Williams. During the merger of WCA, Memphis-based Continental Wrestling into the United States Wrestling Association, he began wrestling under Steve Austin. A change made to avoid the confusion with Dr. Death Steve Williams. He competed primarily in Dallas and was managed by Percy Pringle, of course, Paul Bearer. During this period, one of his early storylines was involved in a feud with his trainer Chris Adams. And of course, he joined WCW 91 through 95. Austin debuted in World Championship Wrestling in May 1991, where he was named Stunning Steve Austin, a name gimmick he later said he could not commit to. Austin originally paired with a valet named Vicious Veronica, but was later joined by Jeannie Adams, known as Lady Blossom. Just a week after his debut, Austin defeated Bobby Eaton for his first WCW television championship on June 3rd. Later that year, he joined Paul E. Dangerous Alliance. Austin lost the television championship to Barry Windham in a 2 out of 3 falls on April 26th, but regained the championship from Windham a month later. He enjoyed a lengthy reign as champion, but losing the title to a familiar foe, Ricky Steamboat, at the Clash of Champions in September, and then after that, the Dangerous Alliance disbanded. But in August and September 1992, as a part of WCW 1992 agreement with New Japan. He wrestled 4 matches in Japan. He took part of the 1992 G1 Climax, defeating Arn Anderson in the first round before losing to Kenji Moto in the second round. He and Anderson then defeated the Raging Staff, Super Machine, and I don't know their name, in a tag team bout in, I don't even know their country, but it's in Tokyo, cuz. Look it up. If you know, if you're real, y'all know more than me. In his final bout, Austin challenged Chono for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of the Battle Holder Arena event at Yamahama, whatever, by losing in submission applied by Chono, applied to STF. Then of course I forgot the great tag team that came together and it took off. So in September 1992, Austin formed a tag team, the Hollywood Blondes, with Brian Pillman. At the lead booker, Dusty Rhodes, Austin would later say that he was not excited about being placed in the tag team. Austin wanted to be a solo star. Because, you know, Brian Pillman was already up here in the late 80s, you know what I'm saying? He was making his buzz, so Austin was trying to do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So I feel him on it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be solo. As he and Mark, or in WCW United States Heavyweight Championship with Harley Race as his manager, initially built the individual personas. Pillman decided that the pair needed their own finishing move, ring gear, and team name, and traveling partner Scott Leary proposing the Hollywood Blondes, using the 1970s by Buddy Roberts and Jerry Brown. At Halloween Havoc 1992, Austin substituted for Terry Gordy the team with Steve Williams to wrestle Dustin Rhodes and Witham for the United States and NWA Tag Team Championship to a time limit draw. Then, of course, the Hollywood Blondes won the NWA and WCW Tag Team Championships from Austin rival Ricky Steamboat and his partner Shane Douglas, and held the championships for 5 months. In the main event in June 1993, the Hollywood Blondes defended their championships against Ric Flair and Arn Anderson in 2 out of 3 falls. Despite losing the first 2 falls, they retained the championship in the second fall, and the second fall had been determined by disqualification by Barry Windham. Damn, that was a good lead up period. Y'all know, you know what I'm saying? I put a little picture in here. You know, they were disrespecting them, calling them old, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So, watch this, y'all hard, no kill. So, at Clash of the Champions in August, Austin and Pillman were scheduled to defend their championship against Arn Anderson and Paul Roman, but legitimate Pillman was injured, replaced by Steven Rickham, with Austin, who lost to Anderson and Roman. With Pillman injured, Austin joined Colonel Parker Stud Stable. After Pillman returned, the team was broken up when Austin turned on him. A decision Austin described as a mystery. Austin defeated Pillman in a singles match at Clash of the Champions in 1993. Then, of course, he had his United States Championship, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. This one, I think this is around the Controversy 2, around the year 2. I'm reading that. That's when Eric Bischoff got him to peace out. You know what I'm saying? Because Eric Bischoff didn't believe Austin could draw. You know what I'm saying? Austin wasn't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? He said Austin would have made it in WCW. Well, WWE's still around. WCW ain't. So, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I know he cared when he say that. He like, man, he in WCW. He wouldn't have made it in WCW. WCW ain't around. Of course he wouldn't have made it. Hogan had creative control. Hogan didn't want to put on no nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just real up in here. You know what I'm saying? Hogan didn't want to put on nobody, bro. Yeah, I've been reading the Controversy for months. Hogan didn't want to put over Sting in, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, I don't feel like Austin would have got over in WCW. You know what I'm saying? Because Hogan didn't want to put over nobody. He didn't even want to put over Sting. So, I don't know. Look at that, too. So, at Starrcade in December 1993, Stone Cold defeated Dustin Rhodes in 2 out of 3 falls. He defeated him 2-0 in the 2 out of 3 falls to win the WCW United States Championship. So, at Clash of Champions in August 1994, Austin lost the championship to a familiar foe, Ricky Steamboat. He was scheduled to face Steamboat in a rematch in Fall Brawl 94 War Games in 1994. However, Steamboat was unable to wrestle due to legitimate back injury, and Austin was awarded the championship by forfeit. His second run with the championship just ended 5 minutes later when he lost to Ricky the Steamboat replacement, Jim Duggan. Jim Duggan deserved championship, right? It's cool. In a match that lasted 35 seconds. Austin unsuccessfully challenged Duggan for the championship at Halloween Havoc 1994. You know what I'm saying? In Clash of Champions, he lost to Duggan both times at Halloween Havoc in October and at Clash of Champions in November. The influence of right here. The influence of Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamania era was being taken hold in WCW with WCW Vice President saying this was likely the reason Austin lost to Duggan, who had been a popular figure for a period of time. Around this time, Austin pitched a storyline idea in which he would be revealed that Austin was a family member of Hogan. That proposal was quickly turned down on the account of Bischoff believed that Hogan would not work with somebody such as Austin, who have not proven name. Well, Austin took off 2 years later? Wish you would have worked with him there, huh? I'm just saying, Austin took off 2 years later. That's all I'm saying. Took a minute, but it took off. Let's go. Following the Clash of Champions, Austin was an active rehabbing a knee injury. Returning in February 1995, Austin took a part in the tournament for the vacant WCW United States Championship, defeating Jim Duggan in the countout in the first round, but he lost to Randy Savage in the quarterfinals. He wrestled what would be his final match with WCW on May 21st, defeating Eddie Jackie in a bout that aired on WCW main event in late May in June 1995. Austin again appeared with New Japan Wrestling, part of his Fighting Spirits Legend series, primarily teamed with Arn Anderson and Ron Simmons at Superpower Group Declaration. I don't know what number it is, but whatever. In an event in Tokyo, Austin, Anderson, and Mike Enos lost to JJ Jax. I don't know none of these dudes' names in a 6-man tag match. During the New Japan tour, Austin suffered a torn tricep. While rehabilitating, Austin was fired by President Eric Bischoff on September 15, 1995. Bischoff did not see Austin as a marketable wrestler. In addition, he thought Austin was hard to work with. Shit, about hard to work with. Oh, he hard to work with, but you gave Hulk Hogan creative control. They kind of on the same level. Both of them assholes. I mean, when you that great, you're gonna be an asshole. That don't make sense. So my Austin is hard to work with, but you got the man in the biggest event, y'all, biggest event at the end of the year. Y'all had a hot storyline, but y'all didn't want to put on Sting. And so y'all gave us that trash ass finish. Okay. All right. I'm ready for Austin to take his ball and go home. Beginning the match. Let's go. Alright. ECW run, which was short, you feel me? So this one Stone Cold. So we were getting them fast promos. We had the blonde hair and all that. This was Stone Cold was pissed off right here. Austin was contacted by Paul Heyman, a guy who used to work for WCW, of Extreme Championship Wrestling, who was previously managed by him in WCW. Heyman hired him to do promos, in-ring interviews, and he had not a decade recovered from his injury, paying Austin $500, equivalent to $1,000. Basically he paying $500. Changed his name to Superstar Austin. Debuted at ECW Gangsta Paradise on September 18, 1995. While ECW, Austin used his platform to develop his future Stone Cold persona in a series of vignettes running down WCW in general, and Eric Bischoff in particular. Most memorable in several promos that mocked the status of Nitro host by introducing Monday Night Quit. Bruh, I'm done. Where he was joined by Bungo, a set of drums meant to represent Steve Mongo McMichael. And promoting the show where the big boys play with each other. Nigga, I'm tripping. Several wrestlers had created ECW as the place where Stone Cold developed his microphone skills. Austin created Paul Heyman as the man who taught him how to cut a promo. Mikey Whipwreck, who was ECW at the time, ECW World Champion at the time, defeated Austin in an upset to retain the championship in November to remember. Sandman defeated Austin and Mikey Whipwreck in a triple threat match at December for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. So at this time right here, that boy main roster run wasn't going well in the beginning of his WWE stuff, you feel me? But we're gonna get to it. Austin joined the WWF at the end of 1995 after Diesel, which is Kevin Nash, and Jim Ross helped convince WWF Vince McMahon to hire him. He debuted in the WWF on December 18, 1995, which he was broadcast on January 8th on the episode of Raw. His debut saw him rewarded the $1 Million Championship by his manager Ted DiBiase. Wrestling his debut on Raw, he defeated Matt Hardy while he was the ringmaster. Making his pay-per-view debut appearance at the Royal Rumble, he was scripted to among the final four wrestlers, which could have given him an early push. However, the ringmaster fell and hanged himself on the ropes after a 5-2 clothesline, and he slipped early. So basically, he messed it up. Okay, I can see why Vince. If that is true, Vince didn't believe. I can see that. Austin soon thought that the ringmaster name was weak. Having battled a thinning hair for a few years, he decided to shave his head bald in 1996. So he watched it after watching Pulp Fiction, the movie with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction? No, Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. But okay. The haircut expired him. I was traveling to road. He started traveling on the road in Pittsburgh with Dustin Rhodes before I went to the show. So basically, he explained his name, and I know his wife helped him at the time. Came up with the name Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Austin wrestled Savio Vega in a double countout before defeating him at WrestleMania in his first appearance at WrestleMania 12. At In Your House, Beware the Dog, Austin lost a Caribbean strap match to Vega, with added stipulation that DiBiase was forced to leave the WWF as a result, leading to Stone Cold quietly vacating the $1 Million belt. This one is Stone Cold getting starting to catch buzz a little bit. And the plus, y'all know you had the Triple H curtain call. Y'all remember, that's the weird thing I was playing here, but y'all know he won the King of the Ring that year. There was going to be Triple H, but Triple H screwed himself out that push, and you know, right here, I'm saying that. So, DiBiase would later say that nobody foresaw the success Austin would have, and advised him to ignore the advice he given to him by producers, continue what he was doing. Boy, the Stone Cold proved everybody wrong in this one, boy. He proved him wrong, boy. Cause this right here put him on the map. He proved Vince wrong. He proved Bischoff wrong. He proved everybody wrong. Didn't nobody believe in him but this. You know what I'm saying? Think about the speech. The Lord forgive me for the speech, what I'm finna do. This is what the man said. You sit there and thump your Bible and you say your prayers. It didn't get you anywhere. You talk about Psalms. You talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 said, I just whooped your ass. That man said, I did. Lord forgive me. But I had to give him, you know what I'm saying? There you go. Austin popularity began at 1996 King of the Ring, where he won the tournament by defeating Jake Roberts. This win would prove to be an unexpected stroke of luck, as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who was originally scheduled to win the tournament, but he was legitimately punished for taking a part of the curtain call incident before the tournament. At the time, Roberts was portraying a born-again Christian, which he inspired to be ad-lib famous promo doing this win, marking Robert's religious faith, and you know what I'm saying, his catchphrase Austin 316, the Bible verse John 316, at the conclusion of the same promo. I'm gonna stop right there. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have used it, you know what I'm saying, but at that time, folks had to do what they had to do. But now it's like, folks, she take it too far now, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have used it, but I wouldn't want to use the, you know, lower stuff like that and vain and stuff like that. And you feel me, like, you know, and I could just say, not being funny. You know, sometimes we can do stuff that bring a lot of misfortune in our life, you know what I'm saying? You know, because you got to remember, you take it far back. I know we're going to talk about the Owen Hart stuff over here in a minute, but you had he broke somebody neck in Japan. And then you had that, and then, you gotta think about it, Stone Cold run was like 5 years. Like Ric Flair said, it was like 5 years. That's like short, but the wrestling is long as hell, but that's short as, you know what I mean? So, a lot of misfortune could come on the way. So, I don't know his relationship with man above, you know what I'm saying? Because you disrespect somebody's religion is one thing, you know, you don't believe in it, but then I guess when you disrespect it, it's kind of like life can come back on you. That's just me. But the speech put him on the map, you know what I'm saying? You know, so there you go. So known for his raw speech, include word as and sacrilegious references, his foul-mouthed, sadistic character after defeating Yokozuna through Yokozuna at SummerSlam throughout August and September. Austin spoke about he spoke about Bret Hart constantly challenging him and taunting him relentlessly before Hart finally returned on October 21st, 1996 after a 6-month hiatus to challenge Austin at a match at Survivor Series, which he accepted. This will mark the start of the long Austin rival, Hart and Stone Cold rival. During the episode of Superstar, old friend Brian Pillman conducted an interview with Austin regarding his overcoming match. After Pillman basically he commented Bret Hart, Stone Cold grew angry and attacked him, and then he proceeded to wedge Pillman's ankle in a steel chair and stomp on it, breaking his ankle in the storyline. It would lead to the infamous Brian Pillman gun scene. So, well, they got it all right here. I would say, if y'all want to see all that, y'all can just check that out in the episode. But I can read it through real quick. It was basically, you know what I'm saying, Stone Cold broke in the main home and doing commercial break and stuff like that. And shoot, Brian Pillman put a gun out, and then when the scene went black. And it was a lot of profanity, violence, and stuff like that. And I think Pillman had to apologize and Vince had to apologize. If you really want me to describe it, go watch the Brian Pillman episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my video short, so because this for that I already knew. If you know, though, go see the Brian Pillman episode. You feel me? So let's get it. Where I was at. So in Survivor Series, Stone Cold met Bret Hart and expected in a match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship in what would be Austin's first major pay-per-view in his WWF career. Bret Hart defeated Stone Cold by using a turnbuckle to push him backwards while locked in the $1 Million Dream in a match that lasted almost in half an hour. Damn. Despite the loss, his status as a heel character, Austin received cheers. So this is when fans were starting to cheer because, you know what I'm saying, we wanted something new, something fresh. We were getting tired of that babyface stuff. We were getting tired of the high five. We wanted that real-ish, you know what I'm saying? We was on that New York undercover, man, punk, you know what I'm saying? Rage Against the Machine, punk rock stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That what Austin gave us the streets, you know what I'm saying? Wait, New Jack gave us the streets, but we ain't gonna go into that. So, during the 1997 Royal Rumble, Austin was originally eliminated by Bret Hart, but the officials did not see. Stone Cold snuck in the ring and eliminated Bret Hart, throwing him over the ropes, winning the Royal Rumble match. So this led to his first pay-per-view main event, the Search Code main event, and In Your House. Then Shawn Michaels vacated the belt. Go watch the episode down. He vacated the belt, and that led to this match. Yeah, In Your House, Final Four. where he competed in a four-corner match against Bret Hart, Undertaker, and Vader for the vacant championship. Austin was eliminated from the match early after injuring his knees. Hart would win the championship, but Bret Hart lost the championship next to challenger Sid Vicious thanks to Stone Cold inefficiency. So I think I saw on Stone Cold podcast, he thought it was too soon for them to be facing each other again. But Shawn got hurt. He lost his smile. That's what we did. So Hart defeated Austin in a highly acclaimed submission match. This was the double turn. So Cole went face and Bret went face. You know what I'm saying? With special guest referee Ken Shamrock. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Stone Cold been cut during the match. He lost a lot of blood. Y'all got the famous t-shirt where he bleeding and stuff like that. And the fans was going crazy. So Austin be crazy. He betrayed the hero and Bret became the heel. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta remember, I'm reading that Stone Cold merchandise was selling. Like it was the best seller in May of 1997. Since Hulkamania. But they didn't believe in him. But okay. Y'all just didn't know what to do with it. That's what it was. You didn't believe in it. Vince didn't believe in it. But Austin put everything on his back. I'm sorry, bro. That's why he the best. He did it all by himself. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vince helped, One Love, woo, all that. But you know what I'm saying? Austin betted on himself. You know what I'm saying? So Austin eventually got revenge on Hart in the main event in Your House 14, Revenge of the Taker, defeating him in the match to determine the number one contender to Undertaker championship. Austin won when Hart was disqualified due to assistance of British Bulldog and his brother Owen Hart. At In Your House 15, Stone Cold had Undertaker down with the Stone Cold Stunner. But Brian Pillman came in the ring to distraction. Undertaker recovered, hit the tombstone, and won. But Austin on Raw, Austin partnered with Shawn Michaels as they both had a mutual enemy at the Hearts. They defeated Owen Hart and British Bulldog for the WWF Tag Team Championships. Despite being champions, the two was constantly arguing. Ultimately, faced each other. This one Bret was supposed to face Shawn, but Bret got hurt. You know what I'm saying? King of the Ring, which ended in a double disqualification. Both men attacked the referee. Michael was later forced to vacate his championship due to injury. Hart and Bulldog won the tournament to face Austin and a partner of his choice, but he refused to pick the partner and decided to face the duo by himself. Later in the match, a debut Dude Love came out for assistance. Austin accepted and the duo won the match and the titles. Austin, a two-tag tag champion, continued to feud with the Hart family, becoming embroiled in a heated rivalry with particular Owen, who pinned a distracted Austin and secured a victory for Hart. The Hart Foundation, a 10-man tag match in the main event of In Your House Canadian Stampede. Then when Austin was turning up, you know what I'm saying? Austin partnered with Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and Alicia Doom. So Austin and Owen Hart faced with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Owen adding the stipulation that Austin would have to kiss his buttocks if he lost the match. During the match, So during the match right here, you had the controversial power bomb, you know what I'm saying? The power driver, you feel me? You know, Stone Cold was temporary paralyzed, he was dazed and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So he just be on Hart with a crazy roll up, you know what I'm saying? So Austin and Owen Hart relationship was never the same, you know what I'm saying? After the, you feel me? So there's a lot of controversy behind that, you know what I'm saying? Watch the Owen Hart episode, you feel me? Go back. Alright. Due to neck injury, Austin was forced to relinquish the championship on September 22nd. You know what I'm saying? On the first Raw. On the first Raw ever in Madison Square Garden, where McMahon told him he wasn't physically able to compete. After several weeks of build-up, Austin delivered the infamous shoot, this one everybody knew Vince was the boss at this point. In the book. He delivered the Stone Cold Stunner to Vince McMahon. He was arrested and sidelined until the Survivor Series. But he made several appearances in Bad Blood where he was involved in the finish of the match between Farouk and Owen Hart. where he hit Baruch with the Intercontinental Championship while the ref back was turned, causing Owen to win the match. Austin motive was to keep Owen as the champion, as demonstrated when he interfered on Hart match. Austin regained the championship at Survivor Series. And the crazy part is they had the match at Survivor Series. The fans were cheering for Austin in their hometown. That's how over he was. So with Owen Hart out the way, Austin set his sights on The Rock, who stole his championship belt after suffering a beating by his Nation of Domination stablemates. Of course, this began a new rivalry, Rock versus Austin. The Rock began declaring himself to be the best damn Intercontinental Champion ever. The Rock kept possession of the championship belt until D-Generation X in your house, when Austin defeated to retain the championship and regain the belt. As Austin used his pickup truck, man, that was one of the crazy moments though. He used his pickup truck in a victory, and McMahon ordered him to defend the championship against The Rock the next night on Raw. In act of defiance, Austin forfeited the championship to The Rock, Austin forfeited the championship to The Rock before tossing the belt into the river. So this one, Stone Cold started focusing on the WWE championship. You know what I mean? It was his time, and he ready to rock and roll. So after Bret Hart controversy departure for WCW, Austin and Michaels were the top stars in the company. Stone Cold won the Royal Rumble, then named The Rock. Austin interrupted Vince McMahon in his presentation of Mike Tyson, who was making a special appearance over the objection of McMahon referring to Tyson as the baddest man on the planet. Austin insulted Tyson by flipping him off, which led to Tyson shoving Austin, you know what I'm saying, who began publicly disapprove the prospect of Austin as the champion. Tyson was later announced as a special enforcer. You know, then plus Tyson aligned himself with D-Generation X. This led to Austin WWF Championship at WrestleMania 14 match against Michaels, which Austin won with a fast ass 3 count. Damn. Then of course, you know, Mike Tyson knocked out Shawn Michaels, and then, you know, I said it in Shawn Michaels' episode, it was forced to Shawn to retire. You know what I'm saying? And when you see Shawn for like 4 years, there you go. But Shawn was pissed because he didn't want to lose that belt. Shawn didn't want to do business. So there you go. On Raw, McMahon presented him with the new championship belt and warned Austin that he did not approve of rebellious nature desiring corporate champion. Austin responded with a Stone Cold Stunner, leading to a kayfabe arrest again. The following week, it appeared as Austin had agreed with McMahon appearing in a suit and tie, but revealing it was a ruse, and again attacked McMahon on April 13th. It appeared Austin and McMahon were going to battle. Damn. My bad, y'all. That was my mama they called. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Love your mama, but y'all gonna see. I just laughed at what I see. You know what I'm saying? But my bad, y'all. That was my mother called. Love your mama answer the phone. And plus, I'm the only child. That can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. Y'all know how this shit go. That's right. But like I was saying, you know what I'm saying, on the last part, it appeared Austin and McMahon was going to battle out their differences in an actual match, but the match was declared a no contest when Dude Love made an appearance that led to the feud with Dude Love and Stone Cold at Unforgiven in Your House, where Austin hit McMahon with a steel chair and went on to retain the title. The following month, Austin and Dude had a rematch over the Edge in Your House as for the WWE Championship. Austin managed to retain the championship despite McMahon acting as a self-proclaimed, self-appointed referee in the corporate stooges Jared Briscoe and Pat Patterson as timekeeper, respectfully. But, you know, Undertaker was in that match as a special enforcer. McMahon continued to do everything he could to dethrone Austin as the champion. He finally scored a big victory for his side at King of the Ring, where Austin lost the WWF Championship to Kane in the first blood match after Undertaker accidentally hit Stone Cold with a steel chair, despite Austin having knocked out Kane unconscious after interference from Mankind. Stone Cold won the championship back from Kane on the next night of Raw. And he beat the Undertaker in SummerSlam. McMahon set up a triple threat match with a breakdown where it was the Undertaker and Kane who pinned Austin at the same time. McMahon decided to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship, and he rewarded Undertaker and Kane to face each other at a match at Judgment Day in Your House, with Stone Cold was the special guest referee. Austin refused to count 3 for either man and attacked both towards the end of the match. McMahon in the storyline will fire Stone Cold. Austin got his revenge by kidnapping McMahon and dragging him to the middle of the ring at gunpoint, which ended up being a toy gun with Bang 316. During the segment, McMahon also learned that Austin was later re-signed by his son Shane McMahon. In the semifinals of the Survivor Series tournament to crown the WWF champion, Austin was lost to Mankind after Shane McMahon double-crossed him. The next night on Raw, they went to Rock and won the tournament, of course. Judge Miller Lanes ruled that Judge Miller Lane ruled that The Rock had to defend his newly title against Austin the night, as stipulated in Austin's new contract that was signed 2 weeks earlier with Shane. Undertaker had interfered and cost Austin the championship, hit him with the show, meaning The Rock was the remaining champion. At Rock Bottom in Your House, Stone Cold defeated Undertaker in a Buried Alive match where Kane performed a tombstone on his brother. This one, Kane was a face at this point. With the victory, Austin had qualified for the 1999 Royal Rumble. Austin's next appearance after this will be January 4th when the historic title change ever when Mankind defeated The Rock. This when WCW was player hating. You know what I'm saying? WCW was desperate for ratings and they gave it away and they ain't think nobody was gonna watch. Boy, they was wrong. Hell, I watched. Cause that when WCW was booty. I'm sorry. Trash, garbage, that wasn't it. What you want me to do? But here we go. Austin next chance to exact his revenge on Mr. McMahon came in the Royal Rumble match on Raw. McMahon drew Austin number, intentionally trying to screw him over. Austin drew number 1. Then McMahon drew number 2 thanks to Shawn Michaels during the Royal Rumble. During the Royal Rumble match, Austin followed McMahon out of the ring into the backstage area, only to get tagged by the corporation. With the injured Austin taken out, Austin, however, returned in an ambulance and re-entered the match, delivering the Stone Cold Stunner to the Big Boss Man, eliminating him. With the match down to Austin McMahon, The Rock came down to distract Austin, who was eliminated, which Austin distracted The Rock week previously. And I think about it. But McMahon won the Royal Rumble thanks to The Rock. McMahon turned down the number 1 contender spot and Michaels promptly awarded Austin the championship shot the next night on Raw. But at September Valentine's Day Massacre, Austin faced McMahon in a steel cage championship match with the opportunity of WrestleMania 15 at stake. During the match, Paul White, who was the Giant, made his debut coming from under the ring and attacking Austin. But White attacked Austin to the side of the force and basically he threw him through the cage. Cage broke, Stone Cold won. There you go. The week before WrestleMania, Austin interrupted the Rock, Vince, and Shane interview. Wow, that was crazy. Segment by, driving the beer truck in the ring, using the spray beer and stuff like that. Then, of course, they main event WrestleMania, the first one, Stone Cold defeated The Rock. They had the rematch at Backlash with Shane McMahon as the referee, and shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to it. During the match, Vince approached the ring only to hand Austin back his Smoking Skull Championship and take Shane out of the proceeding. Austin won the match when another referee made the count. Austin would later lose the championship to Undertaker at Over the Edge. During the events revolving Vince, Stephanie, and Linda McMahon revolved around Vince. Stephanie McMahon and Linda made Austin the CEO as a part of the company or storyline. Vincent, you know what I'm saying? So Vince and Shane challenged Austin in a ladder match with the title of the CEO on the line, which the McMahons won. The next night on Raw, Austin challenged The Undertaker to win the WWF title for the fourth time. He challenged him and he defeated him to win it for the fourth time. The two would compete in the first blood match with the stipulation Austin would never compete for the WWF Championship again, but Austin won and Vince had to depart from the storyline. After. And Austin won the title. Austin won thanks to X-Pac. That would lead to Undertaker and Big Show versus Kane and X-Pac, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, Austin got the belt back, 99-01. Austin held the WWF Championship until SummerSlam on August 22nd when he lost to Mankind in a triple threat match featuring Triple H. In the 2 months following, Triple H would gain the possession of the title. Austin would get his rematch at No Mercy against Triple H, but lost after The Rock accidentally struck him with a sledgehammer that was meant for Triple H. The three was advertised to have a triple threat match at Survivor Series, where Austin was run down by a car, but I ain't gotta see. The segments were meant to write him off with the neck injury suffered 2 years prior, so, you know what I'm saying? Which was posing a real threat of early retirement, and was advised to undergo surgery. Austin would later describe this as the worst storyline I ever been involved in. Damn. Austin, who made his first appearance in months, he made a one-off appearance at Backlash on April 30th of 2000, attacking Triple H, Vince McMahon to help The Rock reclaim the WWF Championship. Stone Cold officially returned at Unforgiven. You know what I'm saying? Commissioner Mick Foley led an investigation to find out who ran over Austin, with the corporate revealed to be Rikishi at No Mercy on October 22nd. Austin faced Rikishi in a no-holds-barred match where he was attempting to run his ass down, but was prevented by officials, and the match was deemed a no contest, and Austin got arrested. During a handicap match against Rikishi and Angle, Triple H came down. We thinking Triple H finna make the save. Wrong. It was Triple H in it, man. Triple H take the man with a sledgehammer and revealed he instructed Rikishi to run his ass over. But then Austin got his revenge. At Survivor Series, Triple H aimed to run Austin down again. But this time, the plot failed when Austin lifted Triple H up with the cart in a forklift and dropped it 20 feet. I thought Triple H was dead in real life. I ain't gonna front. When I thought wrestling was really real, I thought that man was dead, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cap. But he didn't. But a month and a half later, Stone Cold won his third Royal Rumble, last eliminating Kane, who had a dominant performance. And plus, his rivalry at Triple H had ended in No Way Out, 3 stages of hell match with Triple H defeating him 2 falls to 1. Because Austin was up 1 and Triple H defeated him 2 falls straight. So, with The Rock defeating Angle for the WWF Championship at No Way Out, Austin was again to set face at WrestleMania 17 on April 1st. In weeks leading up to WrestleMania, the animosity between The Rock and Austin stemming from Austin's wife Deborah being assigned the Rock manager. The match was made a no disqualification. You know what I'm saying? Being assigned to The Rock's, So during the match, McMahon came to the ring. This one, the crazy turn that JR disagreed with, it was crazy. So he prevented The Rock from pinning Austin on 2 separate occasions, giving Austin the steel chair. Austin then hit The Rock with the steel chair several times before pinning him and became the champion for the 5th time. After the match, McMahon and Austin shook hands and he turned heel. During the steel cage match with The Rock in a rematch for the WWF Championship in the following night on Raw, Triple H came down to the ring with a sledgehammer after teasing the siding with The Rock, but instead he aligned himself with McMahon and Stone Cold and attacking The Rock and putting him out of action. Man, Rock's gonna go do the money. We already knew. Come on now. Austin further cemented his heel turn following Thursday night during an interview with Jim Ross. About his actions at WrestleMania. He thought Jim Ross was denouncing their friendship and then assaulted Ross. And Austin and Triple H became the two-man power trip. Austin altered his character considerably over the next few months by becoming whining, temperamental prima donna who complained essentially when he felt was not getting respected. He also developed a strange infatuation with McMahon, going to great lengths to impress him, even so far by hugging him and bringing him presents. You know what I'm saying? Austin and Triple H ran a rough shot over all opponents until coming up against The Undertaker and Kane. And after defeating them for the WWF Tag Team Championship at Backlash on April 29th, they held the titles. They held the tag team titles, the F title, and Intercontinental title all at once. But on May 21st on the episode of Raw, Austin and Triple H defended their tag team championships against Chris Benoit and during the match, this one Triple H torn his quadricep and stuff like that. And Triple H had continued the match. They lost the match, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when the team broke up after the injury and stuff like that. So after that, McMahon began a feud with Jericho and Chris Benoit, leading to the triple threat match, the King of the Ring. Despite the interference from Booker T, Stone Cold won. So, in the meanwhile, the purchase of WCW, Vince McMahon began a fruit as the invasion began. Invading WCW wrestlers formed an alliance with the group of ECW wrestlers, which led by Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon. You know what I'm saying? Vince wanted the old Stone Cold back. You know what I'm saying? So he can effectively lead the team in the match at Invasion. At first, Stone Cold did refuse. But he did return to his old ways on the episode of Raw, giving everybody stunners. You know what I'm saying? He turned face once again. So at Invasion, Stone Cold captained the team because he was the captain of the team with Angle, Jericho, and the Brothers of Destruction against DDP, Rhino, and the Dudley Boys, and Booker T. They was finna get the dub. Wrong. The amazing heel turn happened again. Ankle had Booker T in the ankle lock. Wham! Stone Cold Stunner. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he had the match with Kurt Angle at SummerSlam where he lost by DQ. Dang it, they don't have it. But then he did lose to Kurt Angle at Unforgiven and Kurt Angle on time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he had the belt for that long. He had the belt for 175 days. But he would later regain the title on October 8th on Raw. When WWE Commissioner betrayed Kurt Angle to join the alliance. So he did get the belt back. Austin then began feuding up-and-coming star Rob Van Dam. Now, if y'all smoke that loud sack, that ain't me, but RVD got that sack. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, RVD was getting that buzz, no cap right at the time. Who was the only member to Alliance to be cheered by the fans. Despite the villainous tactics of the group, Austin faced Angle and Van Dam at No Mercy on October 21st and retained the title by pinning Van Dam. Then, of course, y'all got Survivor Series. On November 18th, in a winner takes all 10-man tag match, Austin captained the team consisting of Angle, Shane McMahon, Van Dam, and Booker T against Team WWF that was captained by The Rock, Jericho, Kane, Undertaker, and The Big Show. But Angle betrayed the alliance and helping WWF win the match when The Rock bottom Stone Cold, ending the Invasion storyline. And a lot of guys didn't have no job. Some guys had a job, some guys didn't. But the following night on Raw, Vince McMahon decided he was going to strip Stone Cold of the championship and award it to Angle. Then, of course, a returning Ric Flair, who announced that he was the co-CEO of the WWF. You know what I'm saying? Austin returned moments after this and attacked Angle and McMahon for their actions. He was then handed the championship by Flair and celebrated with him, turning him face once again. But at Vengeance December 9th, as a tournament was held to unify the WWF Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship held by The Rock, involving Angle and Jericho. Stone Cold would defeat Kurt Angle before losing the finals to Chris Jericho, following the interference of McMahon and Booker T. So we almost done, because I ain't gonna do all that special appearance and all that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Not doing it. But, you know, he had a luxurious career. Let's get it. So the 2002 was a turning point where Austin was frustrated with creative. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do no feud with Hogan. He didn't want to do none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of at that point right here. So here we go. At the Royal Rumble 2002, Austin ended number 19 and lasted until the final four, but was eliminated by Kurt Angle. But on January 28th episode of Raw, he defeated Angle to earn a shot at Chris Jericho undisputed WWF Championship at No Way Out on February 17th. In the build-up to No Way Out, McMahon had signed The Poison, the three guys we thought Vince would never do business with, who tried to take him out, especially Hogan. He re-signed the NWO, who immediately began feuding with Austin. The NWO would make their debut at No Way Out. Austin refused the beer gift from the NWO. They cost him the championship match against Jericho later that night. So, right here, problems began surface backstage. However, Austin was unhappy regarding Hogan's return to WWF. It was reported Austin was refusing to lose to Hogan in a proposed match at WrestleMania 18. And they said Austin feels like he wasn't going to deliver. And they said Hogan had his politics. Here you go, right here. So, they said, while Hogan reportedly told McMahon the same regarding the lose to Austin in recent years, Austin claimed he didn't want the match as he didn't want to wrestle a slower pace. He didn't think they could deliver. Well, The Rock did, but of course. So consequently, Austin would face and defeat Scott Hall. So Austin no-showed the Raw after WrestleMania, took a week-long break without the company consent, citing exhaustion, and McMahon claimed the action caused fury among fans who had paid to see him that night. Austin returned on April 1st of the brand extension. The show was centered around which show would he sign. Ultimately, Austin chose Raw, and he feuded with Undertaker, resulting in the #1 contender match for the WWF Undisputed Championship at Backlash on April 21st. Austin lost despite having his foot on the ropes when he was pinned. He was later betrayed by Big Show after being put in a tag match with him by Ric Flair, and was sequentially betrayed by Flair himself in the following weeks. Austin then defeated Big Show and Flair in a handicap match at Judgment Day on May 19th. So this when Austin was frustrated right here. You know what I'm saying? He was frustrated with the company right here. So I'm gonna read right here. In a May interview program, Bite This, Austin stunned the company and fans by launching a verbal attack on the direction the company was headed, and slated creative team for not using him the way he felt previously did. The WWE rehired Eddie Guerrero for Austin to feud with, while Austin was prepping for Austin for a feud with Brock Lesnar. However, Austin had a proposition to lose a King of the Ring qualifying match on Raw to Lesnar. That would lead to Stone Cold walking out. So Stone Cold didn't, according I believe Austin when you say this, I don't think he ain't mind putting Lesnar over. I just think he ain't want to lose on no regular TV show. You know what I'm saying? And plus he had personal issues at home, you know what I'm saying? Austin had growing distractions where he had a domestic dispute between Austin and his wife, you know what I'm saying? Daryl McMichael, you know what I'm saying? So he had a lot of personal issues, you feel me? So, and then during that time on the, they made it into a storyline, of course. Austin walked out on the company again and stating that he felt overwhelmed with storylines by the creative team. McMahon, alongside longtime supporter Jim Ross, buried Austin on WWE program, referring him to taking his ball and going home because not getting his way. You know what I'm saying? And McMahon has stated that Stone Cold owed an apology to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Ross, they couldn't get Stone Cold fans an apology. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get him change his mind and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So especially those who paid sorely to see him. McMahon toasted to Austin's career with a beer, thanking him for the hard work nonetheless. The same night, Stone Cold music played during the segment by Ric Flair, but in tradition, it was Guerrero who entered the arena. Then, of course, that when The Rock made an appearance, you know what I'm saying, said his speech, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? But, right here, you got, but they said Austin, so for the remainder of 2002, Stone Cold kept a low profile and did not make any appearance. It was reported, however, by the end of the year, Austin and McMahon met to resolve their differences. He then agreed to return to the company early 2003. In an interview with Raw magazine, he announced the deep regret over the situation that led to his departure. But in the manner he left, you know what I'm saying? But speculation regarding his grudges against other WWE wrestlers claimed he had no problem with Hall rejoining the company. However, he still held strong renovations about his single matches with Hall at WrestleMania lasting 7 minutes, and felt the build-up to the match did not live up to the expectation of his fans or Hall's, and was angered by speculators suggesting he disagreed with Kevin Nash rejoining the company, insisting him and Nash always was good friends. However, he did have a displeasure with storylines and creative changes. You know what I'm saying? So Vince did fine him $650,000 upon his return, but he brought it down to $250,000. Austin confessed that he had a major rift with Triple H's role in the company in 2002, but assisted as 2003. They resolved the issues, and he claimed he had a brief dispute with The Rock that was quickly resolved upon his return. Of course, he had the short little run. He returned. He beat Eric Bischoff at No Way Out. And, this was Nick Interesting got real. You know what I'm saying? So, Austin would wrestle one match between WrestleMania and a short match against Bischoff on Raw. And then he entered the feud with The Rock, who returned at the same time as a smug Hollywood sellout. You know what I'm saying? The Rock was offended that the WWE fans voted Austin in the WWE magazine poll as Superstar of the Decade. He expressed his frustration of never defeating Austin at WrestleMania. And of course, he challenged Austin at WrestleMania and won at WrestleMania 19 and Stone Cold, and that was Stone Cold final match. Of course, he had the Kevin Owens, but that was for what it was. But, so I just want to give y'all some fire content and shit. With that being said, bro, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out. And make sure y'all keep God first, you heard me? And the next bang on the way, I think it's probably Eddie versus Bray because I got a schedule. So I love y'all. I'm out.
Nathan Beats.